on stage to welcome each and every one of you here tonight. Thank you very, very much for coming out. As you know, we have a very special guest, Ronnie Gilbert, who has been on stage for 40 years anyway. Right, Ronnie? Right. So I'm not going to say anything else more like that. I think what we're going to do is get on with this concert. I'd like you all to give Ronnie Gilbert and her accompanist Libby McLaren, by the way, whose music you've been hearing with Robin Flower, a great big warm, even on a rainy day, Kootenai welcome. Thank you.
Once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending my money, I didn't care, taking my friends out for a mighty good time, buying high-priced liquor, champagne and wine. Then I began to be so low, I didn't have a dollar and no place to go. Well, if I ever get my hands on a dollar again, I'm gonna hold on to it until the eagle grins. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. In your pocket, not one penny, and when it comes to friends, you haven't any. When you get back on your feet again, hey, everybody wants to be your long lost friend. It's mighty strange, without a doubt. Nobody knows you when you're down and out. Oh, when you're down and out. Now, those were the words that the great Bessie Smith used to sing. And I thought, gee, that's a great tune, but it's not about my life. Let's see if I can write some words that are more about me. Once I thought I'd like to be a millionaire. Well, that never happened, but I didn't care. I had my friends, I had my work, had my sweet baby girl. I had my health, I had my youth. I thought I had the world. But then the years began to fly. People started calling me man, couldn't tell why. My lover got restless and proceeded to roam. And then the kid grew up, and naturally she left home. But don't put me in no rocking chair. I look in the mirror and I see I'm still there. My hair is gray, I wear sensible shoes, but I can kick up my heels and I can belt the blues. I got plenty of smarts, I'm a loving gal, or a full-time lover or a natural pal. I can think, I can work, I got years to spare, so don't put me in no rocking chair. I wear sensible shoes, but I like to kick up my heels and to belt the blues. I could think, I could work, I got years to share, so don't put me in no rocking chair till I need it. No rocking chair. Thank you. Well, it's good to be back in the Kootenays. Whew, what a place. Well, I don't know what to say except thanks for coming out. Thanks for being here. And would you welcome, please, Ms. Libby McLaren. So I'm going to sing a bunch of songs that I like. Some of them are old, some of them are new. As I told that nice man that interviewed me for the paper, when the Weavers started singing, my old group, the Weavers, We didn't have an awful lot to choose from, a lot of nice old American folk songs and a couple of Israeli things, stuff like that. And we made a career out of whatever was there, and there were wonderful songs. But after that, people began to write in that vein. And today this is just a treasure house of wonderful songs from young writers, and it's my pleasure and privilege to draw from them and sing them for you. But this is an old one, and you're welcome to join in anything you know. This is an old Hank Williams song. Let's see how it goes. Who lives in the New York area, Albany, New York. That's the capital of New York City in New York State and in the USA. And she, let's see now, what would I do with it? I don't know. When the Weavers used to sing, I never had to worry about stuff like this, you know. They just stick us in front of a microphone and whatever happened, happened. And here I have to deal with this technology. Anyway, this friend of mine, her name is Ruthie Pelham. Thank you. Thanks very much. What's your name?
I'm Nelson Becker.
Oh, Nelson Becker. Hi, Nelson Becker. Thank you for your help. Are you named after this town? Or is it named after you?
No, actually, I never did have any idea. I'm born in New York.
You're New Yorker too? Oh my goodness. Well, thank you very much. No, actually, I think it'll be fine, just the way it is. Thank you.
this is a whole new ballgame from when I first started singing concerts. When I first started singing concerts, there were no monitors, there were no sound people out there. We never knew what it sounded like out there. We sang to each other, the garlic and everything, you know, flowing through the stage. And we never worried about this kind of thing. The guys came out with their banjos and guitars, and I came out and I ducked in wherever I could, you know, and anybody who had lead would just run to the microphone, stick their heads in. You know, Holly Near, I don't know how many of you know the singer Holly Near, great singer. She says that she was inspired by me throwing my head back when I sang with the Weavers, and I never had the nerve to tell her that the reason that I threw my head back was to avoid Pete's banjo. I can't disillusion her, I just can't do it. Anyway, my friend Ruthie Pelham, who comes from Albany, New York, she has a thing called the Music Mobile, or Mobile, depending upon what region of the continent you come from. It's a van. And she travels from place to place. She teaches people how to make music with boxes and strings and garbage can tops and things like that. And she works among old people and among young people, the whole distance, you know. She goes to nursery schools and she goes to old people's homes. And she writes songs right out of her experience. Now this song is about her experience in an old people's home. It's called The Activity Room. Bridge and have a nice cup of tea. In the morning, Mrs. A runs. We're starting out at 10. Mrs. Iltis and Flora Hazelton. What we need is a fourth, 'cause Ida Yancey's not here. She's at her sister's in New Jersey. So Mrs. Abrams, will you play? What do you say? Well, I haven't played bridge since my husband died. Been a while, Mrs. I can barely remember the rules. I'm really rusty and I know I feel like a fool. But since you ask, I could give it a go. Mrs. Iltis has a book she'd lend it, I know. So Mrs. Riley, it's tea at 10. I'll see you then. Would you like to play pool in the tournament? We could be partners, Mr. Gaffney. There's a game that starts at 2. Mr. Sheen and Ted Fine against me and you. Yes, you're my pick. You bank them in every time. We could both win a trophy. So Mr. Gaffney, will you play? What do you say? I like to catch a few winks, get a snooze at noon. I get so tired, Mrs. Rosen. And there are times when I'm so stiff I can barely keep a hold of the dark cue stick. But since you ask, it doesn't feel like rain. Last night I slept great with the pink pills for the pain. So Mrs. Rosen, I'll see you at 2. We'll take them on, me and you. Play horn in the orchestra. It'd be terrific, Mr. Lopez. We're tuning up at 3. Your friend Hal Hirsch will play the timpani. We're gonna play a little Gershwin and some J.S. Bach. Can you even believe we're gonna try a little pop and some rock? So Mr. Lopez, will you play? What do you say? My lip is not in shape. My horn is worn and old. It's at my brother's, Mrs. Malcolm. My sight reading's awful slow. It's been years that hold you back, I know. But since you ask, I could just drop by. I could sit in for a while if you need me. So Mrs. Malcolm, I'll see you at 3 at the Do-Re. I'll even bring my brother with me to the Do-Re. And Ah, that Ruthie. Well, I gather my songs where I may. Sometimes people send them to me, and sometimes they come on tapes that I've bought. Like there's this, I love the names of groups these days. There's a group called the Rude Girls in New England. And the Rude Girls, isn't that a great title? The Rude Girls. And they have a tape called Rude Awakening, on which there are several songs that I fell in love with and swiped. This is one of them. When I saw her dancing, my heart skipped a beat. The girl in the red velvet dress. So I asked her to dance, and my joy was complete. When to my surprise she said yes. So I told her I'd give it my best. I was shy, I was nervous, would she think me a fool? And my feelings I could not disguise. I made dull conversation and tried to seem cool. And oh, what a lovely surprise when I finally looked into her eyes. Was it love? Was it passion? Or was it old-fashioned infatuation? I found bells started ringing, and I felt like swinging. I thought we'd never touch the ground. Now it's 40 years later, and we're dancing yet, though at times we might stop to rest. And I never regret the night that we met, when she laid her head on my breast. The girl in the red velvet dress. Was it love? Was it passion? Or was it old-fashioned infatuation? I found bells started ringing, and I felt like swinging. I thought we'd never touch the ground. Now it's 40 years later, and we're dancing yet, though at times we might stop to rest. And I never regret the night that we met, when she laid her head on my breast. The girl in the red velvet dress. The girl in the red velvet dress. So, back in the States, while I was on this beginning of this tour, we got news from the state of Idaho that the legislators there had passed a bill that was an anti-choice bill. I don't know what choice means in Canada. Right now, choice in the United States is connected with the right of women to choose what they will do with their bodies. And it's a hot issue. I don't know about Canada, but they maybe don't have those problems here. At any rate, this legislature in Idaho passed this bill, which I could call an anti-choice bill. So I said to the audience as I went around, I said, well, this is what we have to do. You know, if we don't approve of this, the governor still has time to veto that bill if we make our voices heard. And what we could do, because they do monitor phone calls there in the governor's office, We can call up and we can say, well, you know, we're a party of 6 women and we were planning to come up to go skiing, but your state isn't very friendly to women, so we'll go find another place to go ski. Anyway, a few days later, I heard that he vetoed the bill. So it worked. Well, whether it was potatoes or skiing or whatever, you know, you have to make your voice heard. And one way to do it is to sing.
Mary, Mary, don't you fret. The fight for choice ain't over yet. Don't forget that Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Let me hear it now. Oh, yes. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Now, Mary had 3 links of chain. Every link was freedom's name. Pharaoh's army let her down under. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Now, one of these days about 12 o'clock, this old world is gonna reel and rock. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Let me hear it now. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Now, rich and poor, brown, black and white, they have not yet seen us fight. Pharaoh's army will pull down under. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. One more time. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Yeah!
Yep, they sing good in the kootenai. Well, they tell me that the Cold War is over. And, well, I truly, devoutly hope that it is. We all hope that it is. It has cost so very much, and still costs us. We will not see the end of what it has cost us for generations. However, the missiles are still in place. In the silos we sit, and we wait for the bell that'll tell us our masters have damned us to hell. And the buttons will press and the missiles will fly. And what will we think as we're waiting to die? We sit here each day, my buddy and me, and check and recheck that all's as it should be.
And the buttons we press are apart far enough so no one can go crazy and set the thing off. I'm just doing my job. Well, we've all got to eat. There's living to do and there's taxes to meet. And it won't be my order that flexes my wrist. I'm a cog in a wheel. Who am I to resist? So we sit here each day, my buddy and I, and try not to think of the millions who die, and the pills that I take, and the whiskey and beer give me somewhere to hide from my dreams and my fear. I'm just doing my job. Well, we've all got to live. There's church to attend and donations to give. I won't let you blame me if the order comes through. I'm only one man, and I've got work to do. But I dare not confess to my girl or my friends the doubts in my mind or the fear that descends when I think what my country is asking of me. Do the others have doubts? Do they see what I see? What if we said no when the final call came? And if all other silos decided the same, if no buttons were pressed, if no missiles flew, would we be heroes or traitors to you? So I just do my job and I try not to think, and I hope to Christ no one brings us to the brink. And I check and recheck and get lost in routine and take one more pill as I stare at the screen. In the silence we sit and we wait for the bell that'll tell us our masters have damned us to hell. The buttons will press, the missiles will fly, and what will we think as we're waiting to die? Temptation may dazzle our eyes, but hearts are not easily blinded. So you love me, I love you. That's all we need to know. And when the road we're on lies overgrown with doubt, love will find a way. Our love will find a way. Among the weeds of worry, seeds of hope can sprout. Love will find a way. Our love will find a way.
Silo by the great Australian singer-songwriter Judy Small. And the second song, Love Will Find a Way, is by a man I often play with, plays piano with me. That's John Bocchino. I'm very fortunate in my piano playing buddies. Some great ones. Well, that also is the title of my new release. This is time to talk about recordings. I'm very proud of this release because after 40 years performing and many record companies and much experience singing for record companies, I finally decided that it's time I learned how records are made. And my partner Donna Coronas and I decided we would start out from the beginning and follow the process all the way through and see where it led us. And it led us to this recording, Love Will Find a Way, and we've been selling it at concerts and by mail order. But the greatest thing is, I discovered that though it's wonderful to have experts, one can learn how to do these things. We are now record producers with our own label. Did I ever think I'd live to see this? No, of course not. But here it is. So anyway, that's out there on the record table for sale, and there's the music that you heard when you're coming in is Robin Flower and Libby McLaren. They have a wonderful tape, Treat Yourself. You know, Holly always says that music changes people's lives. Indeed it does. So if you need know somebody who needs their lives changed, why, get them some music. And also, Judy always says that she likes it when people buy her records because that way they take home a little bit of her and, well, she takes home a little bit of them. It's fair, right? And we'll be out later after the show to sign. We have ink pens with special ink in it. You cannot believe how wonderful that ink makes these CDs and tapes sound. I kid you not. This is a true story. She stands in the room, she looks in the mirror, tries the gown on. This one is special, the one she picked out for the senior prom. But it won't be a boy on her own, taking her out to dance. Her ticket is 1 in a million, and she's taking a chance. Wants her around the floor, Marie. You're dancing for all that you believe. The judge says your presence won't harm all the others that stand on the sidelines to see. So waltz her around the floor, oh Marie. Two young women
Music speak out, the crowd's coming in. Two women walk arm in arm down the path to the gym. And they walk through the door just as proud as can be. Step in a gown and a tux on Marie. And they both wear orchids and they know they'll each lead. Step without Stephanie and Marie. Oh, Walter around the floor. Marie, you're dancing for all the new believe. Judge says your presence won't harm all the others who stand on the sidelines to see. So waltz her around and around and around. Yes, waltz her around and around and around. You'll win all the dance contests. Take her on down, Marie.
I wish I had recorded that song on my new record, but I didn't get to it. So if you want to hear that song again, Laura Bergson's tape is out there. You can pick it up there. Say, you know what we're missing in this program? A little Leadbelly. You know Hughie Ledbetter, the great black singer-songwriter who left us such a wonderful legacy in this continent, in this English-speaking world of music. Let's do this one, and then we'll have a little break.
One day, when I was walking along, I heard the midnight special. How lonesome song, let the midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine a red light on me. You know, there was this legend in prison. If you were a prisoner and the midnight train came by and shone its light through the bars into your cell, or you would go free. Isn't that a wonderful legend? Well, you wake up in the morning and it's the same damn thing. You go marching to the table, yeah, the same damn thing, just sitting on the table. A knife, a fork, and a pan. You say anything about it, and you're in trouble with the man. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a red light on me. And if you ever go to Houston, lady, say you better walk right, and you better not stagger. And you better not fight, 'cause the sheriff will arrest you. He's gonna take you down, and you can bet your bottom dollar you better touch your ring down. Play that. Y'all, because this gonna sing, I really want to know my color of her apron and the dress she wore, umbrella on her shoulder, a piece of paper in her hand. She goes marching to the captain. Give me back my man, let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, let the midnight special shine a light on me.
again. I know somebody called hi again. So, this is the song, this is another song that came off the Rude Girls tape, Rude Awakening. This chorus is something you can probably pick up real fast. It would be, oh, I can see you out there now. That's great. Okay. Sing along with me when you get it.
While shopping at the grocery store, I saw my sister Eve. Her boys are down with rotten colds, my girl's begun to tease. As we stood guard on our mixed brood, we talked about TV, a movie that we both had seen that showed us World War III. We want to see our babies having babies, and we want them to watch their children multiply. We don't care how fast or high your planes and missiles fly. We love our babies. We don't want to watch them die. Why do we send our money to countries with no shame, that lock off folks that disagree and torture in our name, the U.S., when we can't feed our children or keep out winter's rain? Don't they think we matter? Can't they feel the pain? We want to see our babies having babies, and we want them to watch their children multiply. We don't care how fast or high your planes and missiles fly. We love our babies, and we don't want to watch them die. I watch the TV every night and look for signs of hope. Those careless men will hang us if we give them the rope. I hear my daughters laughing, and I know what I would lose. It's our babies or their bombs. Now which ones will we choose? We want to see our babies having babies, and we want them to watch their children multiply. We don't care how fast or high your planes and missiles fly. We love our babies, and we don't want to watch them die. And they're all our babies, and we won't stand to watch them die.
Of course, that's a song for the United States. Canada doesn't get into the missile stuff, does it? Except sort of secondhand. This is a song that Tom Paxton wrote. Tom Paxton goes back into the 60s, a prolific songwriter. And I was just up in the West Kootenays yesterday, visiting some old friends, trying to keep their land from getting clear cut. And it reminded me of this song. I haven't sung it for a long time, and I thought I'd like to dedicate this song to the land and to the people who love it. There's got to be a way that people can make a living, because logging has to go on, we have to build houses, people have to earn a living, and still keep the planet intact. And I can't believe that we haven't got the brains and the technology to do it right.
There goes the mountain, father of fir trees, home for the grizzlies under the snow, shorn of its timber, torn by the monsters, taken by truckloads. Lord of the highlands, home for the eagles, catcher of rainfall for millions of years, bleeding in mudslides, robbed of its insides, a prey to the skill of the bold engineers. There goes the mountain, the avalanche maker, heaven's caretaker, and breeder of streams. There goes the mountain, maker of thunder, torn down for the plunder, remembered in dreams, remembered in dreams, remembered in dreams, remembered in dreams. Would you like to learn a new song? Great. It's a round, actually. There's 3 parts to it. So we're gonna teach it to you and see if we can help you. You know, Pete Seeger says about learning songs that the trouble with learning songs is that just about the time you think you've got it, it's over. Like life. But the thing about a round is you can sing it over and over and over again. You get a second, third, fourth chance, unlike life. So, goes like this. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around all through the night, safe till the morning light. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Okay, here's how it goes. We're going to take it one part at a time. Turn the lights up just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit more.
Yeah, we want to see who's singing and who isn't. No.
Yeah. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Again, this pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Once more. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. This is the second part. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around again. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. Now this half. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Again. This pretty planet spinning through space, your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. All empty planet spinning through space. Your garden, your harbor, your holy place. Golden sun going down, gentle blue giant, spin us around. All through the night, stay till the morning light. All through the night, stay through the morning light.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. I guess I should tell you that Tom Chaikin wrote that. Now, my friend Ruthie Pelham, the one that wrote the activity room that I sang in the first half of the program, she came up to me in Philadelphia at some event that we were singing at, and she said, Ronnie, I've got another song for you. I've been asking for another song for ages. And she had 3 pages of lyrics in her hand. Now I ask you, I said, Ruthie, why do you write songs with so many lyrics in them that I've got to memorize? She says, well, no, I write lots of songs and some of them have very few lyrics, but you like the ones with a lot of lyrics. This is true. So I've been trying to get this plugged in here, and I think I've got it. Let's see.
Anna Mae Miller lives next door to me. Tomorrow's her birthday, she'll be 93. In a big box with bows, I've got presents to give. One for each year Mrs. Miller has lived. Now the box is like magic, 'cause what's there inside but 93 presents all wrapped and all tied. I'll knock on her door, say, Mrs. Miller, close your eyes. Then I'll carry the box in and yell out, surprise! I'll bring out the birthday cake, pour us some tea in the cups with our names, one for her, one for me. Light 93 candles that she'll make her wish, and I'll say happy birthday and give her a kiss. Then that moment will happen, I hardly can wait. When she opens the box, what a look on her face. Her forehead will wrinkle, her eyes open wide, and maybe she'll laugh or maybe she'll cry. I'm just an old lady, so why all the fuss? A card or a cupcake would have been quite enough. She'll fuss and she'll argue, and I'll wait till she's done. Then we'll sit close together and open each one. Now 12 of the presents are pictures I made. A necklace of gumdrops, 3 bows for her cane. 7 signs say I love you for each day of the week. 7 stones and a shell that I found at the beach. From popsicle sticks I made her a box. I made 2 little puppets from a pair of old socks. Paper flowers I cut, 15 tulips in all, and a big doily heart to put up on her wall. 2 dozen cookies I baked, chocolate chip, each one in the shape of a train or a ship. I cut her a whistle that I slit from a reed, and a bunch of fresh dill that I grew from some seed. Chewing gum wrappers I glued and I chained, made a mobile of feathers and a plaque with her name on 12 paper plates, painted zodiac signs with her name on hers, and with my name on mine. I put wheels on a crate she could pull with a string, a cart she could carry her groceries in, with a handle of leather and a cover for the rain, painted blue, black, brown, yellow, red, orange, and green. Painted blue, black, brown, yellow, red, orange, and green. For her 93rd present, I made her this song. Let's sing it together, let's all sing along. Let love live
like folk music and who sing it all the time, it's not very important to you whether folk music is coming back again, because you know that for years and years and years there have been hundreds of thousands of people going to folk festivals and to folk concerts and so on, and the songs that are sung there are never going to see, probably most of them will never see the top 40 or the top 140 or whatever they're doing these days, but they're sung and listened to by hundreds of people in whose hearts they live all the time. It's funny, I always get asked by the media, is there a folk revival? Well, it never went anywhere. It's always been here. It's that they notice every now and then that there's folk music on. Anyway, this is one of those songs that I've been singing for years, and I've loved it from the moment I heard it. And I think that it's going to go on for, like Goodnight Irene, you know, forever, because it touches people's hearts. So sing it with me. The chorus is very easy, and just pick it up and sing it with me. There were wind chimes in the window, bells inside the clock, an organ in the corner, tunes in a music box. We sang while we were cooking or working in the yard. We sang although our lives were really hard. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with the sound. She taught us all piano, but my sister had the ear. She could play the harmony to any tune she'd hear. Now I don't claim much talent, but I've always loved to play, and I guess I will until my dying day. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with the sound. Those days come back so clearly, although I'm far away. She gave me the kind of gift I love to give away. And when my mother died and she'd sung her last song, we sat in the living room singing all night long, singing la 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 la, singing the front porch songs, singing the old torch songs, la 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 la, singing the hymns to send her home. There was music in my mother's house. There was music all around. There was music in my mother's house, and my heart still feels full with a sound. Well, I guess you noticed that, how you like my, I'm not wearing my running shoes. Folk singers are supposed to wear running shoes. Oh, those are terrific. Yeah, those aren't running shoes either, but they're sort of, yeah, she's got style, that one, all right. Well, the reason I don't wear my running shoes, even though it's standard folk singer's costume, is this. When I first started jogging, if you believe that. No, I don't jog, but I do walk a lot. I was told it's very good for your health. Anybody can walk a lot, so just walk a lot. And you can't wear your ordinary walking shoes because it's just, you can't. You just have to get in uniform. So go down to the athletic shoe store department and ask them to fit you out. So I did. I went down and I said, okay, fit me out with some runners, some jogging shoes. And they did. My first jogging shoes were bright blue. Every time I took a step, I saw these bright blue things coming out in front of me. It was a scream. They were called, the model was called Lady Trainers. All right, so in that respect, they didn't do a lot for me, but they were comfortable, and they got me walking, and before I knew it, I was doing a mile and then 2 miles. They actually got up to 4 miles before I collapsed. And soon I saw that around the edges of the shoes, it was sort of worn down, and it felt like maybe I should get another pair because, you know, your walk gets like off. And anyway, so I went back to the shoe store and I said, please, may I have another pair of Lady Trainers? And he said, sorry, that model's been discontinued. You've all had that happen to you, haven't you? So I got fitted out for some other shoes. I bought 2 pair, and I save them now.
I was out for a stroll, I was walking the pub, checking the scene, seeing what was up. I wasn't bothering nobody, I was easing on down the road. Just behind me come a pity pat. I said, good Lordy, tell me what was that? Turned to look, and my brain took an overload. Down the trail and around the pond came 1,000 people with their underwear on, picking them up, laying them down like mad. Puffing and groaning, faces all red, eyes rolled back in each sweaty head. I never saw so many people look so bad. They said, come on, Harry, come on, Sue, we're gonna do what the magazines tell us to. We're gonna get ourselves in shape the fashionable way. 25 laps around the pond are gonna make us tall and thin and blonde. Oh, hand me down my jogging shoes today. Well, the noise was strictly rolling thunder. The dog ran home with his tail tucked under. I stood by the side of the road to watch them pass. Their shirts were nicely understated. They all looked terribly dedicated. Some looked strong and some looked out of gas. Some resembled landlocked whales, some wore shorts from Bloomingdale's, some had legs that looked like 10 feet long. They clearly come to do or die, and as that herd went thundering by, so help me folks, they all broke into song. They said, come on, Harry, come on, Sue, we're gonna do what the magazines tell us to. We're gonna get ourselves in shape the fashionable way. 25 laps around the pond are gonna make us tall and thin and blonde. No, hand me down my jogging shoes today. Well, I knew they'd all succeed or bust. I knew by the size of the cloud of dust. Knew by the sound of the blisters going. I thought I'd head back to the farm. Suddenly somebody snagged my arm, and I found myself in the middle of a seething pack. I was sweating like a fool, I was out of breath, trying to keep from getting stopped to death. I must have been an edifying sight to see. I said, folks, you'll probably scoff, but my legs are breaking, they're falling off. But by now you know what the Turman said to me. They said, come on, Harry, come on, Sue, we're gonna do what the magazines tell us to. We're gonna get ourselves in shape the fashion
course, you recognize the madness of Tom Paxton, and that's. I once did a concert with Tom Paxton. I said, Tom, what am I going to sing? Half of my concert is your songs. So he says, oh, take them. I got a million of them. And so he has. Well, when I was about 16 years old, somebody took me to their house. I was in Washington, D.C. It was during the Second World War, and I was down there. They'd hire anybody in those days. Because most of the people were either in service or in war plants or something like that, you know. So a 16-year-old kid who could type 30 words a minute, you know, was a valuable employee of the United States government. And, I went into the housing department, and somebody there, one of my 7 bosses, and every one of them thought they knew how to raise children, you know. Well, she was a pretty tough boss, but actually she was quite a nice woman, and she said, she knew that I liked music, and she saw this. I was very lonely and kind of socially inept, and she said, why don't you come home, have supper with me, and I'll play you some music. I'll bet you haven't heard this kind of music before. And she took me home, and I listened to these records that she had, and she was right. I'd never heard music like this before, because it was the music of Black America. It was the music of the blues songs. You know, they used to call them race records. And, you know, real genteel like that. They called them race records. And what she played me was this wonderful kind of powerful music, but I didn't understand the lyrics at all. I mean, this was from lives that I had no idea about. And I didn't understand why they were so depressing, these lyrics, you know. I didn't understand that they were coming from the reality of these people's lives. But the thing that I did understand was how these women, and it was Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, Mamie Smith, and a woman named Chippy Hill. And the thing about them was that they sang with such intensity and such passion and such determination that what I heard behind all of that was resist, resist, resist. And so I came to feel that they were my teachers. You know, we take from the black people of this continent and give very little in return. So anyway, this is a way of saying thank you to these women, especially to Chippy Hill, whose song this was. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Many thanks. Well, so this business. Performer goes out, audience brings it back on. Right? You sing your prepared encores. I don't understand it, but it's an old tradition. So who am I to break with tradition? I have some thank yous to say before we go much further. This is wonderful theater. What a great resource you folks have put together here. And I've been talking to people, and I understand you worked hard to get it. It's really a good one. Thank you for the lights, Peter and Paul. Thank you very much. And sound, Mike. Mike, thank you for this wonderful sound. I don't know what you're hearing out there, but you know, when we work up here, it's very, very hard to mic piano and voice because we need separate mixes. We have to hear different things in order to know what's happening. And this guy, Mike, I don't know where he comes from, Toronto, I think. And I don't know what brought him here to the Kootenays, but hang on to him, folks. He is very good. Oasis Productions, Nelson Becker. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you. And Heather Hutchinson, thank you very much, and good luck in your enterprises. And I have to say good luck and thank you. No, this woman is going off with her partner, Robin Flower. They're going to New Zealand for a tour, so. And I want to thank you for a couple of really wonderful months working together with you. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, my partner, Donna Coronas, who, she's around. You'll see her out there at the record table if you go look at those records. And she gets me here, and I wouldn't travel without her. She's the best. So, thank you, Donna. And you folks that I know up in Hills and New Denver and down in Valacan, thank you for being there, always there. Somehow the years go by and you're still there. Thank you. So, so let's sing this song together. This is another Tom Paxton song. It's just made for audiences to sing together. Oh, I wonder where my bad old days have gone, when I was lost with nothing to count on. Now I lie here smiling all night long, and I wonder where my bad old days have gone. So when I was a kid, we had a baby grand piano. It was a big black, well, I thought it was big. It seemed big to me. I always used to get under it and play cowboys and whatever kids play, house, you know. And by the time I was big enough to play at the keyboard, there was a crack down the soundboard. It didn't sound too good. But that's what I learned how to play piano on. And there was a stack of music on the piano from when my mom tried to learn how to play piano. But she was a working woman, and she didn't have too much time to give to those things. So she gave it up and left that stuff to me. And it was a very eclectic bunch of music. For instance, there were songs from the Spanish Civil War, the Abraham Lincoln Brigade. You know, she was a supporter of the Abraham Lincoln Brigade. And so there were songs from that war, wonderful, wonderful songs, which I've recently, some of those veterans are still alive. It's amazing. And they're doing good work. They send ambulances down to Nicaragua and teach them how to make their own wheelchairs. You know, the United States has done a lot of damage down there. So anyway, so there were those songs in Spanish, and then there was this book that she had that she used to bring back from union meetings, because my mom was a strong rank and file International Ladies Garment Workers Union member. And yeah, people who make our clothes, you know. She brought back, she came to this country already a dressmaker when she was 16 years old, and she'd been part of the union movement in Poland when she was a girl, and that was a singing movement. And she came to the United States, and there she met up with Wobblies, and that was a singing movement. I bet you don't know what the Wobblies are up here. You do know what the Wobblies are. Sure, of course you do. International Workers of the World, why wouldn't you know about them? And that was a singing movement, and this book had solidarity. My mother used to sing, solidarity forever, solidarity for... And you know what? A few months ago, I was down in West Virginia and Tennessee, where we were working, and I went to visit the Pittston coal strikers. They've won their strike, by the way. There was so little in the newspapers about it that I don't even know. The major labor event of the 20th century, of the second half of the 20th century, and the papers just didn't carry it. But anyway, they won their strike anyway, and guess what they were singing? Different accent, same song. Solidarity forever. It was terrific. So there were those songs, you know, the union songs. There was Woody Guthrie's Union Maid was in there. There was We Shall Not Be Moved. And of course the great song that came out of the Lawrence Mill strike of 1912 called Bread and Roses. That was in there too. So there was that. And then there was a bunch of sheet music. My mom was crazy about the popular music of her day. And there were two songs. Dare I?
Dare you.
Well, one of them had a chorus that went like this. 'Cause you've got lips, oh what lips, just the kind of lips I prize. And you've got, oh, I can see it in your eye. They don't write them like that anymore.
I sure don't.
That's maybe a good thing. But she was a flapper, you know, she got here in 1920, so she was a flapper. Those were flapper songs. And then there was this one song that I dearly loved that went along with that one, and I thought I was the only person in America who knew it, because I never heard it again. I mean, I was the only one that knew it. And then in 1960-something, there was a hit record of it. I was so surprised. Mama Cass Elliot did it. And I have loved that song for the longest time. I've always wanted to do it, and we're going to do it. And anybody who knows it can join in. Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore tree. Dream a little dream of me.
find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. And in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of me. Stars fading, but I linger on me, just craving your kiss. I'm longing to linger till dawn, dear, just saying this. Sweet dreams till sunbeams find you. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. And in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of
Thank you for singing that with me. Great.
Now, don't you think it's crazy, this old world and its ways? Whoever thought the 60s would be called the good old days? But like the Weavers sang to you, wasn't that a time when we raised our hands and voices on the line? And we all sang Bread and Roses, Joe Hill and Union Maid. We linked our arms and told each other we are not afraid. Solidarity forever would go rolling through the hall. We shall overcome together, one and all. The more I study history, the more I seem to find that in every generation there were times just like this time, when folks like you and me, who thought that we were all alone, within our honored movement found a home. And they all sang Bread and Roses, Joe Hill and Union Maid. They linked their arms and told each other we are not afraid. Solidarity forever would go rolling through the hall. We shall overcome together, one and all. And though each generation fears that it might be the last, our presence here is witness to the power of the past. And just as we have drawn our strength from those that now are gone, younger hands will take our work and carry on. And they'll all sing Bread and Roses, Joe Hill and Union Maid. They'll link their arms and tell each other we are not afraid. Solidarity forever will go rolling through the
sing one last song with us before we go? Okay.
Sometimes I live in the country. Sometimes I live in town. Sometimes I take a great ocean to jump into the river and ride. Well, I read good night. I read good night. Good night, I read. Good night, I read. I'll see you in my dreams. I love Irene, God knows that I do. Love her till the seas run dry. And if Irene turns her back on me, I'm gonna take morphine and die. That's drastic. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Stop rambling. Stop your gambling. Stop staying